Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are gonna do a brake maintenance on a 2009 Ford Escape. Now these cars are equipped with electric emergency e-brake system, and in order for us to be able to change the rotors, we have to put the brakes in maintenance mode. Now this will take a couple of steps to do, but it's simple, it's not hard. But I'm gonna show you guys what needs to be done. First, you're gonna car is on, but not with the engine on, just the key on. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna push down the brake down button, the e-brake. You're gonna push it down. You're gonna push the accelerator, and then you're gonna push the key off and on very quickly within a second. So we're gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn it back on, and you're gonna hear a buzzing. And now you see it says park brake maintenance mode, and you're gonna wait for the bus to go away, which you just did, and you're gonna hit OK, and you're gonna turn the car off. And now we're in business. We work on the rear brakes. We're gonna take the brake pads off, break the rotors off, take the caliper off, and take the rotors out and replace them. So it should be quick and easy to do. So I'm gonna show you guys how the rear ones are taken out and replaced. So let's do it. All right guys, so this is the e-brake component. This is what activates the electronic brakes in the rear. So we're gonna get our Allen wrench and we're gonna loosen this up, and we're gonna take this out before we take out the calipers. It may or may not be necessary to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I want to show you guys how it's done. We may be able to get away from taking out the whole system, but I want to show you guys how this is done. So just in case if you hit a snafu or if you hit a problem, you know where to look for it. All right, there's only 2 screws, and this should just pop out like so. So you see there's a gear right there. This is what activates and deactivates the e-brakes. Next, we're gonna take out the calipers. We're gonna loosen up the caliper. This is a number 7 Allen wrench. We're gonna loosen it up a little bit.
We gotta do the top too.
And this is where I don't want to.
Got it?
So you gotta make sure you have the right stuff. So, you know, it might get stuck sometimes. So we're not gonna take it out. We're just gonna leave the screw there. We're gonna take the top one out. But if you lift this up, this should just easily lift up from its place. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's not a big deal.
Top.
All right, guys. So now this is where we need to push back the piston. So the best way is to put a flathead right there. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna kind of press like so, and that's gonna push the piston back and push all the brake fluid back into the chamber, into the master cylinder. So you do that, and you can see this becomes loose. Now, come this way. Now there are these springs right here. So we're gonna have to take these springs out, okay? You could get a needle head, or you could use the flathead screwdriver to get these springs out, and they fly off. It's not a big deal.
That hit my leg.
And that actually breaks loose the caliper. So now we're gonna put the caliper here like so. You want it to be resting. You could hang it. I don't have anything to hang it with, but look at the brake pad. It's almost gone. Okay, so this is not good. So now we're gonna replace the brake pad. There's the other one on this side. Look at that. That is done. So now we're gonna put, before we do this, we have to take this bracket off. This is the bracket that holds the caliper in. So now we're gonna take this off, then we're gonna take the rotor off, put a new rotor in, and put everything back together. All right, so this is a 15mm socket. We're gonna take this out. Now this comes out by force, so you may need a breaker bar to break the nut. But after you do that, it should be good to go. Sometimes these rotors might give you trouble coming out, so you just have to hammer them down. So this just comes out like so. You're gonna put it to the side. Now we're gonna see if this thing will give, and it's not giving. So what we need to hammer it out. So I'm gonna grab a hammer, hit this with a hammer, let it pop out.
I think I know where our hammer is.
I'm gonna try using a mallet, but I'm gonna hold the caliper so the caliper doesn't fall. Spin it out, and that's it. This goes out.
Hooray!
Out with the old, and with the new.
Dang. That looks really rusty.
Alright, so new one goes in. So the new one's gonna sit kind of loose until we put everything back together. Alright, now we're gonna put this back in, like so. Alright, so the new rotors in. Now these nuts, they need to be torqued at 55 foot-pounds of torque, and the small ones for the caliper, they're 41 foot-pounds of torque. So we're gonna do this at 55. I'm opening it by accident.
Oh. There you go.
All right, so we're gonna do 55. That's it, 55. We're gonna do the top one as well.
Wait, I was supposed to do that
You can
one.
do the other side.
You gotta do 41, bro.
There you go, 55. Now these gonna be 41.
Oh, are those new brake pads? Yeah. I thought it was the old one for a second.
I gotta push that in.
Don't forget to.
All right. All right, so these are the caliper pins. So these are going to be 41 foot-pounds of torque. So I'm going to have my son do it at 41 foot-pounds of torque. That's it. Now do the top one.
Oh, it's in the way.
That's it. Very good.
Oh,
There you go.
it's stuck.
And this is part of another episode. All right, we put the e-brake module back in. Now we're gonna put the screws back in. And these are pretty much hand tight. All right, and this is it. That's how you replace the rear brake. The final piece is the spring.
Gotta put it in those two holes.
You gotta squeeze it in.
That's the hard part.
There you go.
Yeah,
And that's it. This is the final assembly. Now I'm going to show you guys how to put the car back into normal mode and take it out of maintenance mode once I'm done with all. All right, guys. So the car is done. Now we're going to have to take the car out of maintenance mode, the brake maintenance mode. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It's basically the opposite of what we did to put it in maintenance mode. It's do the opposite, but instead of pushing down, we're gonna push it up. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn the car back on, and it should display that it's in maintenance mode, which you see that park brake maintenance mode. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna push the accelerator down, we're gonna push this up, and it's gonna hear this, you're gonna hear that. Then we're gonna hit the engine button, and we're gonna 1, 2, 3 turn it back on. Then you're gonna hear the buzzing. All right, now everything's done. It's out of maintenance mode, and we're gonna push the brake. Disengaged. engaged. Now we're going to turn the car on. And that's it. That's how you take it out of maintenance mode, and the rear brakes are done. There's not much work to it. And one quick tip, you do not have to take the electric parking brake module out. You don't have to do it if you have access to the bolts of the caliper housing, the big metal. If you have access to it, then you don't have to take out the module itself. I did that just to show you guys how it comes out, but you don't have to do it if you have access to the bolts. So, but main important part is to put the car in maintenance mode, because that will unlock the module, so you could push the piston back to its origin, push the piston back so you can put the new pads in. So let me know what you think. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and leave your comments down below if you think I did anything wrong or everything was done correctly. So peace out.